Today, we delve into a hypothetical yet profound geopolitical scenario, a Trump-era raid on Venezuela, involving the dramatic arrest of President Nicolas Maduro and its far-reaching implications for China's strategic interests and global power dynamics. Imagine a dark cinematic world map animation that highlights Venezuela, China, and the United States as a striking headline flashes on screen. Trump's Venezuela raid shakes China's global strategy, accompanied by quick cuts of bustling streets in Caracas, modern skyscrapers in Beijing, and iconic government buildings in Washington, D.C. For decades, China and Venezuela have forged a deep and enduring alliance, with formal diplomatic ties established back in 1944 and intensifying significantly under the leadership of Hugo Chavez, who deepened economic and political cooperation. Venezuela emerged as China's strongest ally in the Americas, driven by mutual interests in massive investments totaling around $100 billion, energy security through the oil for loans model, and expanding strategic influence across the region. China has invested over $60 billion in Venezuela since 2000, primarily in loans and infrastructure, securing a vital energy supply where Venezuelan crude accounts for approximately 4% of China's total oil imports, ensuring discounted access to heavy oil. This long-term partnership served as a cornerstone of China's global strategy, providing economic stability through reliable energy flows, financial leverage, and significantly expanding its geopolitical footprint throughout Latin America. Then, the unthinkable happened. A dramatic nighttime military operation unfolded, featuring a swift and decisive raid on Venezuela conducted by special forces under a Trump administration, altering the regional dynamics overnight. The raid culminated in the high-profile arrest of President Nicolas Maduro, an event that sent immediate shockwaves across the international community and diplomatic circles worldwide. The world watched intently as Chinese state media footage portrayed the raid as an illegal invasion and act of aggression, contrasting sharply with U.S. operation visuals that emphasize precision, justice, and liberation efforts. Beijing's initial reaction was one of profound shock and outrage, with officials immediately condemning the U.S. actions as a blatant violation of international law, Venezuela's sovereignty, and established diplomatic norms. Official statements echoed across global media outlets as Chinese diplomats issued strong and repeated condemnations, demanding the immediate withdrawal of U.S. forces and full respect for Venezuela's national sovereignty. The raid plunged China into a profound strategic dilemma, directly jeopardizing its substantial investments exceeding $60 billion and disrupting the crucial flow of discounted Venezuelan oil essential for its energy needs. Experts quickly analyzed the immediate economic and energy security risks, noting the severe potential disruptions to China's global supply chains, massive financial exposure, and long-term investment returns in the region. This unexpected incident forced Beijing to urgently reassess its expansive geopolitical footprint in Latin America and the inherent vulnerabilities of its extensive overseas assets and partnerships. A major debate quickly emerged among analysts. Would this bold Venezuelan precedent embolden the U.S. to intervene elsewhere in the world, particularly in sensitive areas like the Taiwan Strait? Social media platforms buzzed intensely with global reactions, featuring abstract visuals of widespread speculation, concern, and heated discussions about the risks of potential future U.S. interventions worldwide. However, analysts quickly pointed out that while the Venezuela situation is certainly significant, it does not directly alter the fundamental strategic calculus surrounding Taiwan and its unique challenges. Taiwan's immense strategic importance, advanced defense capabilities, and robust international support, including from the U.S., differ vastly from Venezuela's isolated position, making any direct comparisons deeply misleading. The People's Liberation Army might conduct a thorough internal reassessment of regional threats, but the core military strategy and operational plans regarding Taiwan remain largely unchanged and resolute. So what happens next in this intricate geopolitical chess game involving major powers? The future outlook for Venezuela and beyond remains highly uncertain and full of potential shifts. Concerns immediately arose about the Panama Canal, a critical global trade artery handling massive cargo volumes, and China's significant port investments in the region that could now face heightened risks. This U.S. intervention could embolden the Trump administration to pursue further bold actions elsewhere, potentially prompting China and Russia to tighten their already close strategic ties and coordination. China would likely portray the United States as a reckless global bully and repeated violator of international law, skillfully leveraging this powerful narrative across the world stage to rally support. A stark comparison to the chaotic Iraq oil aftermath after the U.S. invasion becomes inevitable, raising critical questions about long-term regional stability and ultimate control over Venezuela's vital oil resources. Ultimately, this hypothetical raid presents China with a complex and multifaceted array of challenges, ranging from protecting its economic interests to conducting a comprehensive reassessment of its global strategic position. The pressing question remains: would such a bold and risky gamble by a Trump administration ultimately strengthen America's influence on the global stage or inadvertently weaken it in the long run?